This one, I want to see if you remember the faces when I say the names. It says, this is the referee, Mount Rushmore. Earl Hebner, Nick Patrick, Tom Young, and Charles Robinson. I'm not going to lie. No disrespect. I don't know Tom Young.
I only know Earl Hebner, Charles Robinson.
You know Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick? Mm-hmm. What does he look like? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think Mike Chioda deserves to be on there.
So that was going to be my say. I was going to say no disrespect because the Tommy Young has the NWA logo on his referee
I don't
shirt.
know him either.
So I was going to say you got to add
my modern day would be
Mike Chioda.
Earl Hebner, Mike Chioda's on there, Charles Robinson's on there, and then I would put oh boy, what's his name again?
Tommy Young.
Yeah, I guess I just never knew his name. I always knew him.
Oh no, Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick, yes. I always knew like his face, but I never knew his name was actually Nick Patrick.
But I mean, still to this day, bro, Charles Robinson's still going strong, bro.
Yeah, Charles Robinson, dude, that motherfucker, and like he has something like because he sprints. He's like one of the only refs that will sprint out like that, where they show it on the TV.
And that's the one. That's the famous one when it came to Undertaker and Edge at WrestleMania 24, and that motherfucker ran the whole
dude. He took off, and then he even had a clean slide in.
Yes, bro,
because that's important too. Because you could tear your quad like we saw with Vince, bro.
You're not supposed to say his name, bro.
But he's one of the only refs that I really remember like truly they show him running multiple times. Yeah.
And met him at the airport, bro.
Yeah.
Hella chill, bro.
Yeah.
He's a
lot shorter than I imagine.
Yeah.
Even though
he
did look
a lot of refs kind of are.
Yeah.
But yes, even the interaction I had with him at the airport in Indianapolis, come back from Royal Rumble, and I was like, Charles, you're the greatest, man. He goes, thanks, man. Yeah. And I loved his answer. I was like, you have a good time last night? And he goes, oh yeah, blast. He goes, and he whispers, he goes, the best seats in the house. And I thought, no fuck, bro, you're the referee, bro. God, dude. But he's also one of the main ones to assemble the ring and take apart the ring. He's a part of the crew like that. Yeah, bro, he's big with that. Yeah. But, bro, Earl Hebner, Nick Patrick, Mike Chioda, and Charles Robinson, I'd say, are the Mount Rushmore.
Mike Chioda's the one. I just always remember he had clean-ass shoes. Yeah. He always would ref with clean-ass shoes.
He did a pod with
Chris Van Vliet.
Yes.
Yes. I still haven't listened to that one. I've just seen clips, though, and he'll talk about, like, what kind of cues they're getting in their ears.
Yeah, and they talk Carney and everything like that.
which is cool. Yeah. Because you never really think about like all of that. Because when we were growing up, wrestling was very close. Like you didn't really know the whole backstage stuff. So Chris Van Vliet, it's cool hearing these interviews with him. I still need to listen to that one. But Mike Chioda, I always remember him too. He was always a big SmackDown ref. Yeah, I always remember him with the blue. He just had the blue shirt on and black pants. Yep. And I grew up watching SmackDown. SmackDown's my favorite brand. So yeah, Mike Chioda's definitely got to be on there. Is there any other refs?
Earl Hebner, Nick Patrick, Charles Robinson.
Earl Hebner, of course. Like when I grew up watching wrestling, like he was there for the generation before us, and he was there for the beginning of ours.
Where's that one referee, bro? Damn it. He owned a bar.
He owns a bar
with APA. He always owned the bar, the Friendly Tap.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was also a part of.
Teddy Long was a ref for a little bit.
Teddy was a ref. Yes,
Teddy was a ref for a little bit.
Damn it, bro.
I don't know that.
Is it White? Perry White?
I don't know. I didn't know somebody else owned a bar with APA.
Well, no. The APA would go to a bar, and it was always a segment, but it was always his bar or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just remember APA being on the door, and it was always
Perry. Is it Perry? Perry White. Can't find his name. Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other. Those are the main four. Those are the main four that I know.
Is it Terry? Terry White? Maybe Terry. I'm sorry, this is getting off topic, but it's making me think about it. Fuck it, whatever. Anyways, yeah, those are the main ones I know. I saw that and I was like, oh, bro, that's a good one right there as far as like the Mount Rushmore. But like I said, I'd have to throw Mike Chioda.
I would just throw Mike Chioda in there.
I'd have to throw Mike Chioda.
I don't know the NWA ref.
People like Jessica Carr right now.
Jessica, but she wants to be a wrestler too. She's wrestling on that other show.
Oh, Tim White.
See, yeah, I don't really remember.
You don't recognize him
though. I recognize him. I don't really remember him as a ref though.
Oh, okay. See, I
remember. Teddy Long was a ref for a little bit.
Teddy was a ref. I watched his thing on 6 Feet Under, and he talked about that being a ref and everything like that. He had to pay his dues. He said,
"Yeah,
he had to pay his dues."
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really remember a lot of refs. There's always those ones that you see their faces. Yeah. Like nowadays, I recognize all the refs pretty much that are there.
Yeah. Jessica Carr debuted, bro. Did you say that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
She
My bad.
wants to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
There's that Mexican one. He's friends with Damian Priest.
Oh yes.
I don't think he's Mexican. He may be Puerto Rican as well. But in the Damian Priest doc, they came up together wrestling.
Yeah.
But then I guess for whatever reason he just.
I think he's the one, bro. That's a big figure collector too. He's cool with Matt Cardona and all them. So like whenever I watch Matt's vlogs, he always goes, damn, I don't remember if he has this one. I'm gonna pick it up for him. And he always like buys it. And I think now he has his own figure. Like they made Mattel made those like where you buy a figure but it comes with a piece and you can build him.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, so there's like those ones that are like the African American girl, what's her name? She's always in all the matches too.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she's great too. So I'm sure in years to come they'll probably be legends. But as of right now, those are the 4 that I named are the ones that I think of for like Mount Rushmore goats. Yeah, Earl Hebner just has too much history. Motherfucker's got to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
He just got too much history, even though he was there at the beginning of our stuff. But he was on TNA for a while too. He went to TNA.
Yeah,
after a little bit. So did another ref.
I'm trying to see.
Oh, dude, I know another ref too. I don't.
I'm
know
looking
his
at the
name.
refs right now, at least current ones.
No, let me see. Let me see if I can find like all-time best WWE refs. There's another one, bro. I know his name. He's like a skinnier guy. Theodore Long's on here. He's like a skinnier guy, and 10 most notorious referees. Here we go. Let's find this Bleacher Report. I don't know if it's WWE though. Okay, they have Tim White at number 10, Mike Chioda at number 9, Dave Hebner as number 8, Scott Armstrong. Who's Scott Armstrong? He also was a wrestler.
Really?
Dick Kroll. I don't know who that is. He's before our time. Joey Morella, Charles Robinson.
Okay, no, I lied. The one I'm thinking of, the referee I'm thinking of is
Danny Davis. And Earl Hebner. Wait, there's Earl Hebner, and then he had a brother?
Yeah, he had twins.
What?
Bro, you don't remember that? That was
no, dude. I only know Earl Hebner.
Oh gosh. Yes. What's
I thought I was just saying his name the whole time wrong.
It was the Montreal Screwjob. It was the Montreal Screwjob. They're like, Earl, like, why do you? He goes, it wasn't me. It was my brother, bro. It wasn't my brother.
What?
Yeah.
No, dude. I had no idea who was the twin. His most notable moment as a WWE referee was in the storyline involving his twin brother Earl, who replaced him to screw Hulk Hogan in a match for the
my bad.
Okay, that sounds familiar. That story.
My bad.
I don't really
I'm
remember.
over here so confident about the Montreal.
The plot took place in the main event of February 5th, 1988. Damn, Dave was locked in a closet, so Earl stole his spot as the referee. A rivalry was meant to be created on screen between both referees, but it was dropped because Dave suffered a legit injury. What? Well, there's another ref, too, that I'm thinking of, and he's not on this list. But I don't know Scott Armstrong. They have pictures here, but they're cut off. I think I
have the. Oh, I know Scott Armstrong.
There's a. Oh, there. This guy. Here, look. I'm gonna show you. This guy, dude. You're gonna know him.
You found it on that list?
No, it's a different list. Okay. Brian Hebner.
Brian Hebner?
This guy.
Yeah,
bro. Is he the son?
Oh, maybe.
Yes, this guy. He legit went to TNA. And he's at AEW right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, apparently.
Bro, Brian used to get thrown around.
Yes,
bro.
Brian Hebner. I remember him. That's crazy. I wonder if Brian Hebner is.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Their sons?
Yeah,
that's his son. Oh wow! I didn't know that
family
they were
business,
related.
Bro. Family business.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They have Teddy Long on here, even though I don't really remember. Oh, this guy too, dude. This guy, we grew up with him.
Oh,
Jimmy Corderas. This guy too, dude. Jimmy Corderas. It says he was. It says he was a ref from 1999 to 2008.
Wow. Yeah, he was SmackDown.
It says he's an actor on IMDb.
Oh, is it?
I guess kind of they all are.
Well, yeah, they all have IMDb's for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So those referees are the ones that I grew up. This guy too. I remember this guy.
Look, that's him now with Triple H.
Oh wow. This guy too. I remember him.
Oh yeah.
Jack Doan.
Yeah, Triple H whooped his ass one time.
Jack Doan. I remember him. Yeah, they have a clip of Triple H whooping his ass. He was from 2000 to 2013. Wow. He reffed for a while.
Yeah, he did his thing, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, and then Nick Patrick, of course. Yeah. They have Mike Chioda at number 3.
Like I said before, bro, I always love Charles Robinson because his hair is always plays a part, bro. Every single time someone hit, bro, he does that. His hair.
Charles Robinson gets thrown around too, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, especially when Brock would throw any of the refs around, made him look fucking children.
Yes.
Made him look like, you know what I used to love? Whenever Brock would hold him by their pants and just lift them with one arm. And I thought, what the fuck, bro?
Well, because they're all kind of small.
How do I go home to my kid after that, bro?
Yeah.
How do I?
Well, it's still cool to say you got thrown around, dude.
You see Daddy last night?
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar whooped my ass.
I only did it because it was part of script.
Yeah.
So
hey, but you know
your
your
wouldn't
dad.
happen in real life.
Yeah, you know your dad, bro. I'd whoop him.
Yeah, no, those are legendary refs, dude. We grew up with all those refs. Yeah. Those are the ones that I consider Mount Rushmore. I'm sure 10, 15 years from now, the refs that we see now will be part of that too. But yeah, those are the ones I think about. Episode 75, Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
We had a crazy week, bro.
That was a good week.
Yeah, had a lot of stuff happen. Raw and Smackdown, plenty of highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Road to WrestleMania, we're 2 weeks today.
Yes.
2 weeks today. That's crazy. 2 weeks. It feels like it's lived up. It's crazy to me to think every year that a new WrestleMania passes because it feels like we didn't go to ours that long ago.
Yeah. I think it's weird. Like now, being an adult,
I feel like as a kid, 4 WrestleManias away now.
I feel like as a kid, bro, WrestleMania took forever to get here.
Yeah,
now it's just like, bro, I just remember fucking 40.
Well, it's just because life is just so fast, dude. And we're adults now, and as a kid, it just goes slower. But as an adult, bro, these months just fucking fly.
Yeah.
These months just fly. I mean, the girls are about to be 3.
Stop, bro.
So, like, these months just fly. That's why. Yeah, because we didn't even have the girls when we went to WrestleMania 38.
Emily was pregnant. That's why we always say, we always joke, and I tell Elena, you've been to WrestleMania. No, bro, the pyro, Emily always says, Elena in her stomach was fucking going crazy with the pyro.
Yeah, so, yeah, we didn't even have the girls yet at WrestleMania. That's how long ago it was. Mm-hmm. Crazy. You want to start with highlights?
Yeah, bro, we had a crazy Raw. The last of the European tour, they were in Raw, or they were in the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finally back in the States.
Yeah, and let me just say, bro, that was good to finally be back. Let me just say, Raw had some moments, but we talked about it last week, and you asked me, do I believe what people are saying on Twitter, how Cody Rhodes cannot stand up to John Cena on the mic, and this week has just completely proved that Cody Rhodes can stand up to John Cena on the mic. I don't know why people all of a sudden just forgot that Cody Rhodes is no scrub on the mic. Yeah. Like he stood toe to toe with Raw. He stood toe to everybody he's faced since joining WWE.
Yeah.
Even in AEW, like he has stood toe to toe with everybody on the mic, bro. You can tell when there's somebody that isn't on the same level.
Yeah.
And Cody, I've never got that feeling from Cody Rhodes.
What I love though is he 8-miled his ass, bro.
Yeah, I know.
He ate bro.
I thought the same thing as soon as I heard the promo.
Yeah,
he just told him everything he'd make fun of.
He goes, my lisp.
Yeah.
What he say? He goes,
okay,
I
have an arm tattoo on my neck.
Yeah, what he say? I went to a company and I got kicked out or whatever he said
I
about.
I got booed at got fired, or I got booed at the company I created or something like that. Yes.
And I was like, damn, what, John? What you got? But then at the same time, I thought, it's Cena.
So Cena came back and he was valid in his points also.
He's valid in his points.
But Cody snapped right back, and dude, Cody had a bar for everything that John Cena was saying to him. And I even loved the line when he said he was actually chosen by the people to be the main guy.
He said you were chosen by a guy by someone that's not in the, or by a guy
in a chair that's not in a chair that's no longer here anymore.
Yeah, and then we're not allowed to say his name.
Yes.
As soon as he said that, I thought, oh my gosh, I was like, he mentioned it.
Yeah, and ultimately he's right. And I saw someone on Twitter saying, let's not forget that Vince flew to Cody Rhodes to offer him a deal. Yes, but I don't think anybody expected Cody Rhodes to be as.
He didn't say Cody fly to me. He went to Cody.
Right, but people are saying that since Vince did that, he was actually chosen by Vince. I don't know if people really thought that Cody. I don't know about you. I did not think Cody Rhodes was going to end up being as big as he is now. I knew he was going to come back to WWE and be a main level talent like a Seth Rollins. I didn't know he was going to be the face of WWE.
He is the face.
Yes, he surpassed Roman as the face of WWE. I didn't know he was going to be the face of WWE. I didn't know that when he first came back. So I don't know if other people thought that, but so I do know Vince flew to Cody Rhodes and offered him a deal. But I don't know if Vince, picked him necessarily. None of the fact. He still stood toe-to-toe with John Cena.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people thought Cody Rhodes was a scrub, bro.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Very good. Cody got the one up on him.
Yeah.
Gave him his move. And now I just don't know. People are saying we're not going to see Cena again till WrestleMania. I hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case.
I hope, because we still have 2 weeks, bro.
I need to see one more promo and then Cena
cost Cody something or cost him a match or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie though,
Because we haven't been seeing Cody wrestle.
We haven't seen Cody wrestle, but I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I've had my issues with some of these Cena promos, and they're great. They're great promos. Some of them, I think to myself, there's some parts where I think, that's you? This is script. There's some parts where he goes, that maybe the script writers go, and there's some parts where they go, bro, remember, you're a bad guy, so follow into that bad guy thing. So he goes, okay, so I'm going to say this, and say this, and say this. Because he kind of has that dialect when he talks. He's like, this. And then he stops. Then he says this and this. And I'm like, that's Cena right there. Because he stopped and he was telling Cody, whatever the hell he was saying. But then he stopped and he was like, a Nepo baby, this. And I thought, God damn. Like, those were the moments where I thought, that's hitting more than what he's kind of trying to portray. He's given Cody that realness to him.
None of them feels really scripted to me. But I will say, I can tell when sometimes
he's trying to turn it up.
Well, he's trying to turn it up, but also like, because I mean, the crowd still cheers for him.
Oh,
like
regardless,
they're still the fuck you Cena or let's go Cena suck.
Yeah.
So I can tell when he's like, okay, I'm getting too many good chants, so let me try to piss off the crowd more.
Yeah.
So I can tell when he puts those in, but I haven't really felt like it's scripted. I also think it's kind of new territory because he hasn't been a heel since forever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of new territory. What's kind of pissed me off is just, I said it before, The Rock just disappeared. He just changed the whole landscape of WWE.
Everyone was saying The Rock was going to show up at that one.
Yeah, well, and apparently he was in London too, or something. He just changed the whole landscape of WWE, and we haven't seen him since. So that's kind of pissed me off a little bit. And I also think that if Cena doesn't win at WrestleMania, that just kind of negates everything that The Rock just said.
That's why he's winning.
Yeah, so that's why I think he is going to win. But if he doesn't, what I'm saying is that just negates everything The Rock said. Because The Rock said, I'd give you everything. You will get everything. You just got to be my champion. So it just kind of negates that.
Plot twist. He loses. Tells Rock, you didn't go, you weren't good on your word. Him and Rock fight one more time.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I'm not mad at it.
If The Rock's going to get one more match, it needs to be with Roman.
Yeah, it's true.
But nonetheless, it was a great segment. I like to see Cody, get the one up on John Cena. And I'm not going to lie, in that moment, because I got so annoyed at everyone talking about how Cody Rhodes couldn't stand up to John, in that moment, I was cheering for Cody Rhodes. I was cheering for Cody just because I wanted, I'm just like, talk your shit, Cody.
Yeah.
Prove it to everybody. I don't know why all of a sudden people are just assuming that they're protecting Cody Rhodes and not talk to John Cena.
It's because it's Cena.
But that's only really happened to Austin Theory and Roman. But Roman was a long time ago, and it happened to The Rock when he wrote his shit on his thing. But other than that,
it's iconic.
Yes, I mean, it's not like he's constantly embarrassing people. So I don't know. I mean, they kind of annoyed me. So in that moment, I was rooting for Cody. I wanted him to talk his shit.
Yeah.
And so, but I also thought, damn, Cena, you're good because you're pissing me off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and that's what a good heel is.
He's supposed to.
So yeah,
he's great.
Cena's doing great
so good.
For someone who hasn't been a heel since 2002, 2003. Motherfucker, bro, looks like he's been natural. Looks like he's been a heel for forever.
Just that good, bro. Because he's just that comfortable on the mic. Yeah. He's that.
Do you think the acting helps a little bit now? Now he has more acting chops.
Yeah. It helps
because he definitely does have more acting chops now.
He's good.
So yeah, that was great. Another thing that happened, dude, on Raw, Gunther went ape shit, bro.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
I literally loved it. Like it's so brutal. It's
been
a
long time since we've seen a heel champion like that.
Yeah, it's about to say it's a side of Gunther we haven't really seen like that. And I really loved it, but it's also because in my head I'm thinking, God damn, bro, I could tell, like we talked about this, the older we get, the more we love heels. And the fact of Jimmy being, helpless, the fact of Jay is the, the underdog in this type of thing, and he's the face, and we're supposed to be happy and everything. Whole time I kept thinking, fuck yeah, Gunther. Like I loved it. I really loved it. Even though Jay's going to win, but I love this angle they're trying to do. The underdog, the Jay's helpless. He doesn't have the confidence, and he's beating the fuck out of Jimmy, trying to take everything. He's trying to strip, Jimmy's or Jay's confidence away. God, it was so brutal.
It's been a long time since we've seen a heel champion that way. Like even Roman was a heel champion, but he was not doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe yes, the Bloodline would jump people and they'd beat people up.
They tied up.
But like KO. Gunther did that all by himself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And he busted Jimmy open and like
he's savage, bro. He threw Jimmy back to him. He tried to drag him, yanked him back from him, bro.
And
got that blood.
And I loved. Yeah, I don't know if that makes us crazy, but like I loved the brutality of it.
Yes.
And what it made me think is I've been saying I think Jay's winning just because WWE is gonna want that shot of everyone yeeting at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But after I saw that segment, I thought maybe it would be best if we had keep Gunther winning because it's been a long time since we've had a heel champion that way. And imagine the menace. Gunther's unlocked this other menace in him, and imagine him continuing this run and just constantly just beating the fuck out of people. I would love that. So as much
who's
as
next, bro? That's
right. So as much as cool as that would be to see Jey Uso win, and I think you will. I saw that segment and I just thought, bro, I kind of feel like we need to keep the title on Gunther now because that was a different level of Gunther we've never seen. And Michael Cole even called him out on it. He called him a hypocrite, and because he said his whole thing has been the ring general. Like he prides himself on not hurting people and keeping people safe and just being a general in the ring. And then he comes and does this. And I thought to myself, bro, what they brought out a different side of him. Like I love this.
You got to switch it up.
Yeah, like
bro.
I think they should keep the title on him. I don't think they will, but I saw that and I just thought, bro, can you imagine a few more months of this Gunther going through these people and like just beating the fuck out of them and just unlocking this next level savagery that we haven't seen from him? Because he's always been aggressive. He's always you always know his matches hurt, but we've never seen Gunther do that, bro. Like he just lost his shit.
Kudos to Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy did great too, selling it all and everything.
Selling it all, bro. He looked dead.
Yeah,
all the blood on him. He
did,
dead.
Dude. He did. Someone got on clip that he went out of the ring and bladed.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna say this: we had 3 great selling points this week. 3. Jimmy looking like he did. When Cena took that crossroads, I thought he's fucking dead. I've never seen anyone sell a crossroads that perfect, like that perfect way.
Yeah,
like dead. And then we're gonna get into it later.
Roman. Bro, he looked like he got shot in the head, bro.
Bro, I saw someone post the photo of him and Peter Griffin next to each other when Peter always on, and I was like, bro,
like Roman sold that shit so good.
We'll get into that later, yes. But back to Jimmy and Gunther and Jey. It was a great segment. It's
what the story needed.
It's what the story needed, and it's crazy this whole angle they're doing of where Jay's now losing his confidence, and if he's going to continue this, he's not beating Gunther at all, and that's all Gunther's trying to bring it out of him. He's like, yo, you ain't confident? All right, bro. Yeah. All right, let's play.
I thought it was cool too because I literally, we had talked about how we weren't caught up on the Legends Futures Great show or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not caught up, but I was in front of my TV at 7 last Sunday, and so I watched it.
It was his episode?
Yeah, it was Gunther's episode, and he was a dick in it, dude. Like he was a dick to everybody, and he told this big ass dude straight to his face, like, you take everything personal, like stop.
Oh,
like,
yes, this is business.
But he also told Undertaker.
Yes, I saw that clip.
And when Undertaker, they even have like an interview with the Undertaker in the show, and he's like, I almost told this guy, who are you talking to, or something like that. And so he was such a dick in the show. And so then Monday comes around, and we see him do something that we've never seen him do either. Because his whole premise in the Sunday episode was he wants to see people be in their uncomfort zone. Like he wants to see, make the heel, make the face work for it.
Yeah.
And motherfucker for real did that, bro.
I love that.
And so it was just cool to see. It was another side of Gunther that we hadn't seen, and the story needed it, in my opinion. It needed something like that. And so now, ultimately, it's just gonna culminate to it's gonna make the moment even sweeter when Jey Uso wins.
And how is he gonna overcome this?
Right. But I also think, gosh, to keep the title on Gunther and him just be a menace like that would be phenomenal.
It's almost like Bronson Reed. Why week after week he eliminated one other person.
Yeah, but this time Gunther has a title, and I just think it makes it so much better. It just makes it so much better to see Gunther constantly go against these faces and just beat the fuck. Like I would just love to see that. But
yeah, me too.
I think Jey Uso's winning, so especially since Jimmy got beat.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Jay's going to work for that shit. Gunther is going to maul this man, and that's what they do. They always do this with a great heel and a great baby face, like the underdog situation, where you see them get mauled, and where me and you are going to look at each other and go, what if Gunther wins, bro? Yeah. Because it's going to be that good. But then something's going to happen where he ends up winning. Jimmy's probably going to come out, distract him, not really interfere, but just distract Gunther a little bit. Jay's going to get one good upper hand, one good spear, maybe 2 or 3 spears.
You think they'd have Gunther lose the title two WrestleManias in a row?
That would suck, but maybe.
Yeah.
I just thought about the story needs.
He did lose his Intercontinental title last WrestleMania to Sammy.
And that went nowhere.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Where the fuck is Sammy?
We haven't seen him since he lost KO.
Yeah.
So, ultimately, it's what the story needed. But like, I saw that and I thought, dude, I don't know. I think the smart decision here would be to keep it on Gunther.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, I think WWE wants that shot of everyone eating at WrestleMania. So
they'll get it.
It is what it is. You want to move on to SmackDown?
SmackDown
was a great episode as well last night.
Very good episode.
We got Jade and Naomi's confirmed. Also Logan and AJ Styles is confirmed.
From Raw, yes.
Which that's a good match. There's not really a story there, but I mean.
Some high-flying shit going to happen.
It's a good match.
Yeah.
Jade and Naomi's confirmed.
Yes.
Jade
put a good little promo at backstage.
And Naomi's killing her heel shit. I love that. And then what else do we have? What happened? We had Rey Finex debut.
Good debut.
That was good. It was a good debut. It was a good match. I like they have the same font as him and Penta. They're keeping them similar, but they're keeping them separate.
Yeah.
So I like.
They mentioned though the Lucha Bros.
Yes, and they did mention that he's his brother.
Yes.
So I think that's great. I told you we were texting. And I said I think they're gonna keep them separate as long as it works. If it doesn't work, then they'll put them together.
Yeah, because as of right now, Penta's working.
Right. So now it's just a matter of getting Rey Finex to work.
Yeah.
Which I think they're going to because they're going to put him with. I saw on Twitter the rumors like him and Andrade, which that would be fire.
That would.
I think and then Legado Fantasma was saying talking shit, saying that they want to fight. So I think they're going to put him with these luchadors to make it like a cool last match. So that was cool. That was cool to see. His intro was a little bit similar to Penta's as well. What else do we have happen? Kevin Owens is out, dude. I was hoping that shit was all story, but I think it's real. Unless they're just fucking with us.
So in my head, I texted Steven McLevin. He texted me this morning and we talked about it for a little bit. And I told him, he says he thinks it's a work. And I said, I think it's real because they even talked about the reports came out in the morning saying that he's actually injured. But then instantly I thought to myself, the dirt sheets. They let it be known.
Yeah.
Because we're going to think it's gone. But then guess what happens, bro? Mania. Randy loses because of KO.
Well,
KO comes out, interferes. And
I was thinking just Randy Orton's focused on getting another match, and then Kevin Owens just pops out of nowhere, and then it's just going to happen. But yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know where.
But nonetheless, if he's out, he's saying he has a neck injury. He has to go have surgery, and he straight up said, I don't know when. I don't know.
And he was having arguably one of the best runs of his career.
Yeah. And the reason why I also thought it felt real is because he for real came out casual as fuck.
I think it was real.
He came out casual as fuck, and the way he talked about, my family, they have to make the sacrifices. We have to make the sacrifices, yada. Even Nick Aldridge saying, when we say don't try this at home, this is what we talk about. Because I hate this part of my job.
I think it's real.
And then even he was walking out the ring. Randy hits his music. They come out. They have a face-off just at the ring apron, and he just gives them the
I think someone said he worded "go fix your shit" or "go get your shit fixed" or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he actually said that, but I think it was real.
And then Nick Aldridge tells him, "We don't have a match for you at Mania."
So now the question is, what do you do with Randy at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
People on Twitter are talking about him and Nick Aldis. I think that would be fire because Nick Aldis is still a good wrestler. He can still wrestle. Yeah. And when he did his interview with Chris Van Vliet, and he has a performer contract. And then he also has a contract to just be manager and backstage. So I think the plan, I could see him still wrestling, and him and Randy Orton would be cool. Other than that, though, I don't really know what you do. I guess someone said you bring Sammy in and say Sammy's defending Cody or Kevin, but they just had a huge personal ass rivalry match. And now you're going to say Sammy's coming and forgiving. It just doesn't make sense to me. I get it. They have a history and they'll always be best friends, but that's too soon. It's got to be later.
So I saw this one post on Twitter. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. But it said this match would cook. And it was Alistair and Randy. And instantly I thought of the Cena situation where he was waiting for Undertaker to pop up and it ends up being a surprise. I thought about the Seth situation where he's going to find out who the opponent is and it ends up being
Randy.
So you give opponent. Randy comes out saying, I'll take anyone. I'm not I have to have a Mania opponent. This pissed me off. KO screwed me, yada yada. And then Alistair Black shows up.
Yeah.
That'd be a good little return type thing. That'd be a fun moment. Alistair's over here posting that he was in fucking Chicago last night and nothing happened. But
I think he is coming back. I think those vignettes are him.
But that'd be a good little moment.
I feel like that situation works better when the heel's waiting in the ring for the face. So you get that big crowd pop.
Yeah. Randy's
Randy
not a
would come
heel, but he was trying to
Randy is the face in that situation.
Yeah, he is, but he was trying to tune into the fucking Savage Randy again. So
I would love to see this. Maybe this is what just fucking starts derailing him, and he starts losing his shit because he's just so pissed and starts RKOing everybody. Yeah. And then you kind of turn him into a heel.
Shit,
you turn him into a heel then, and then maybe we have somebody else needs to come and stop him, and then I don't know, maybe Sammy. And then in that scenario, maybe it works. Him and Sammy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what you do. I don't know. him and Nick Aldis would be great. Maybe he's just constantly losing his shit. Nick Aldis loses his shit. And it's like, I'm going to fight you at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That would
you
be
want
cool.
a match so bad?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Or
I have the perfect opponent for you. And then Nick comes
and it's
out.
Nick Aldis. Yeah. That would be cool. That'd be cool to see.
Cool.
He's going to be on the card.
It's
just a matter of putting him in. Someone said insert him with Cody and Cena. No. I would love I would love to see that, but that doesn't work.
No,
bro.
it doesn't work at all.
It doesn't work. Like, it's not part of the
No,
and that's too soon. If this was like last month,
yeah,
and you could find a way to work it in, that's different. But this is too soon. So I don't know what you do, but he's gonna be on the card for sure.
Let's see. The Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu match. Fire match.
Jacob Fatu wins, bro.
Braun.
So we are getting. I thought Solo was gonna cost him.
Yeah.
So Jacob Fatu is fighting LA Knight at WrestleMania, not Solo Sikoa.
Bringing the title home, baby.
He's winning the title.
Bringing the title home, baby.
He's winning the title. As soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, okay, so where they're going to go from here is, this is what they're going to do. They're going to put the title on Jacob. Then Solo's going to start getting pissed because Jacob is getting these opportunities. Jacob is kind of the leader now, and that's when Solo and Tomo will turn on Jacob.
He's going to look at Jacob and say, I'll take the title now. You brought it to me. You brought it home.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And
Jacob's going to be like, fuck you, me, bro.
So then that'll return Solo. But then the question is, what do you do with Solo? Solo, dude, I think he deserves to have a WrestleMania match. Especially since they tried to build him up. They tried to build him up as the next tribal chief, as the next, and then it's kind of just flatlined. And
because Jacob's a fucking beast.
And I feel like but people were finally starting to give Solo his credit, I felt. And then now it's kind of just, so now he doesn't have a match. So I don't know what you do. Maybe you put him maybe him and Randy.
Yeah,
Randy's just RKOing everybody, and then he comes in contact with Solo and them, and maybe that's what happens. I don't know. I feel like Solo deserves to be on the card, though. But Jacob Fatu, as soon as I saw that, I thought, okay, y'all are going to push the turn later. It'll be after WrestleMania. Unless Solo just cost Jacob at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But then LA Knight wouldn't want to win that way.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be after WrestleMania. Jacob will have the title. Jacob's winning the title for sure. It's going to be cool to see him wrestling at WrestleMania.
God, it's crazy. Think about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
He's just blowing into a star, dude.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't there last year.
Yeah. Next one. This one, I don't know about you, uncomfortable for me to watch. I just felt like it was just...
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of already forgot about it. I thought we were going to get into the main event.
I just thought it was whatever. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte.
Good job, Tiffany.
What did you think of that whole promo?
Tiffany looked good.
I just didn't even feel like Tiffany looked that good.
Really?
Are you saying she looked good? Or are you saying she did good?
Looked good.
I feel like it was just awkward. The whole thing was. Apparently they didn't. I don't know how, but right away people were reporting on Twitter that they didn't stick to the script. How the fuck do you know?
I don't know.
How do you know the script?
I don't know.
So now everyone's running with that.
Yeah, everyone's running with it. And not only were they not sticking with the script, they were also saying that there wasn't much in the script to stick with, so that's why they went off the cuff.
It did feel like they were going off the cuff, though.
They did go off the cuff. Yeah. I will agree with that.
I'm just saying, like, right away, though, it was reported that they didn't. And I'm like, bro, how do you know?
In my head, I think to myself,
there's someone in the back just like texting their person, bro, they did not follow that script.
Well, I really think even the moment that you sent me last night or the morning, whatever, where you're like, even like what the fuck was this? Where she was like, what, Tiffany? What? Like that? So I thought to myself, dude. That wasn't in the script. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Well,
because even Tiffany, like,
you could tell the crowd kind of got to Charlotte. And at this point, I'm thinking, like, I don't understand why it still gets to you. Like, bro, you've been a heel pretty much the whole time I've seen you wrestle. Like, at this point, just embrace it. Like, just embrace that the crowd doesn't like you and this and that. I don't really understand why. I guess because she wins all the time. But, like, just embrace it at this point. But it felt like the crowd kind of got to her. And, like, they didn't let her talk. And so then she, like, leaned on the rope or whatever. Yeah. And, like, you could tell it was kind of annoying her. And then when she did that whole shit, I thought, Charlotte, that shit is so cringe. Like, please fucking stop, dude.
But the moment everyone keeps on talking about right now is at the very end.
Tiffany went personal.
When she said, because as of right now, you sent it to me that Charlotte Flair kind of opened up for the first time publicly about the divorce and everything like that, and how it affects her. She doesn't want to be compared to her father, yada yada. This is her third divorce, yada yada, whatever. Unfortunately, that's what happens in some situations. Tiffany got a hold of that video and decided to take it personal, and she said, at the end of WrestleMania, you're going to be just like you are outside of the ring. Alone.
Yeah. What
is that? 0-3? Instantly dropped the mic, rolled out the ring. Because she knew, bro. She knew.
That was it.
That was the one.
Charlotte.
Yeah,
that shit felt too cringy too because it's just like, is that why?
That's why Kaiser's in my DMs.
And then she got no reaction.
Yeah,
like Tiffany just kept walking like that. I think it would have been cooler. Tiffany turns around, camera spins on her, she's pissed as fuck. Run in, they start fighting. Yeah. Then it makes the whole thing feel personal. It makes the whole thing feel real. People still thought this was real. I don't think it was
Kaiser
real.
comes out and tries to pull Tiffany off.
I don't think it was real, to be honest with you. I think that Tiffany probably went to Charlotte and was like, bro, you had that interview. I think it'd be great to capitalize
It's
on
another Riddle and Seth moment.
Yes.
Where, hey, where's your family?
But I think if Charlotte says that, and then Tiffany gets pissed, and then they start just duking it out. Then I feel like it makes it feel more real, and I think it would have been better for the story. But Tiffany just kept walking; she didn't even acknowledge it.
But then people are saying that WWE edited the footage, where now she doesn't even mention the 0-3 for you.
No, they took the clip down from Twitter. They had the clip up, but I watched it last night. It was still there.
No, I mean I watched it, but it wasn't from WWE.
Well, because WWE posts like as the show's going on, they'll post clips of the set.
Yes. So
they did have the clip posted,
and they took it down. Okay.
Yes. So. I don't know. I kind of just thought the whole segment was cringy. I'm all for like people on the fly. To me, it felt like, and I'm not hating on Tiffany for going off the script. I don't care. Like, and Charlotte's been doing it to her this whole time. It feels like so. It's good. That's cool that Tiffany feels the confidence to do that. I just kind of felt like Tiffany was really trying to one up, so she went personal, and then Charlotte just didn't know how to react. And then I just felt like the whole segment was just really awkward because even the crowd felt awkward.
Yeah.
Like if it would be different if the crowd was there just chanting, like they just felt super awkward.
It's sad no one's into it, bro.
And this whole thing has just been weird. I thought it was going to be a lot better. And it's just been weird.
So far it's been very disappointing.
It's just, I don't know whose part it's on. I don't know if Charlotte originally thought she was going to be a good guy. And then this is why it's not working
and she's still trying to push it.
Yes. Or Tiffany just doesn't know how to be a good guy. Or what the deal is, but like it's just weird, bro.
If you can blame one person, who are you blaming?
I guess I would blame Tiffany, not for yesterday, but just because this whole rivalry has let me know that she's not ready, like on mic wise.
But she's killed it every other time on the mic, though.
As a heel,
okay.
I never really thought she's named one segment where she's been really good as a good guy.
As a good guy, okay,
on the mic.
Well, I mean,
since she won the title,
I guess she's been. I mean, she was good when it came to the Nia situation.
My biggest critique has been even the Nia situations felt awkward as fuck. As soon as she won the title, I've been saying on here, I think she knows how to be a good guy.
Yeah,
that's been my biggest thing. Even on the mic, even when she feuded with Nia, her shit was weak as fuck.
No, her stuff, like even last night, like that comment was a heel type comment, and it felt natural.
That's why I said I felt like they should have just kept her a heel, and then we just have Charlotte be a bitch, Tiffany be a bitch. And they just having a bitch off, but now they're trying to make Tiffany a good guy.
Disclaimer: we're not calling them bitches.
And so, just kidding. And like I said, I don't think because some people were mad that Tiffany went off script. I don't care about that. I think she should. If Charlotte's going off script, then so should Tiffany.
Yeah.
I just think it felt forced.
Tit for tat.
It felt forced. Like they were trying to force like a personal situation. And so I don't know. I kind of feel like they talked about it before, but at the same time, Charlotte did look a little thrown off by that
because she kind of kept that smile on the whole time, and she's like, "Oh, bro."
And Charlotte has been good. Charlotte's been owning Tiffany on all the other segments.
Yeah.
So that's why if I had to blame one person, I would blame Tiffany. But ultimately, I blame the booking because I think the booking should have just been different. It should have just been completely different.
Who's the producer of this shit, bro?
So like that's ultimately what I blame. But I just also this has also told me that Tiffany's just not fully ready yet.
Yeah.
That's why I think Charlotte's gonna win at Mania. But I don't know. I think Charlotte, she should win, and I think she should just embrace the heel heat. She couldn't even talk yesterday, which in everyone else's book, that's great heat. Bro, that happens to Dom. That's great heat. But Charlotte just looked thrown off by it, and I'm just like, bro, that's what you want. Logan can't even talk to now. Yeah. Like they're just booing you.
You know what's funny? I feel like the heels back then, they get booed. Ever since Dom, bro, now it's like you have to be the loudest boos for any real heel.
Yeah.
Dom, Logan, now Charlotte's trying to do this shit. Gunther is going to get to that point now, especially now after what just happened on Monday.
But what I'm saying is Charlotte looks bothered by it. Is what I'm trying to say, and I don't understand why you just don't accept it at this stage in your career. Like, just bro, that's just what you are. Yeah. You're just a bad guy, so just accept it. Like, I'm sure it does hurt because like you given how many years she's been in, you would think the crowd would start accepting. But
that's why Cena's pissed.
But like at the same time. I don't know. She looked thrown off. I don't know. The whole segment felt awkward to me.
Yeah.
It felt awkward to me. I even like I get it. Like Tiffany probably won the segment, but it didn't even feel to me like Tiffany killed it or anything like that.
She just had the mic drop at the
all
end.
her stuff felt forced.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say.
She just had the mic drop at the end,
and the crowd was cheering her up though, so that's good. But I also think that's just because they hated Charlotte.
Yeah,
and so they were cheering Tiffany. So I don't know, dude. I feel like this whole shit's been weird.
Enough of the negatives. Let's get into the positives.
Yeah, the main event.
Let's talk about that main event.
Yeah,
because nice. CM Punk came out at the first, in the beginning, kind of, or was it the beginning?
Yeah, it was the first segment of the episode.
First segment of SmackDown came out. Chicago, born and raised, born bred. CM Punk came home.
Pause too. How many times did they fucking go to Chicago?
A lot.
Why don't they come to Dallas? Dude, I was thinking like, bro, since CM Punk has been back, this is like the 5th time. Because it's Punk. This is the 5th time I remember them going to Chicago.
Who's Dallas born and raised?
Well, I know, but like they're supposed to tour the cities, and I feel like they go to Chicago all the time.
Yeah.
That's probably because they would make a lot of money there, I guess.
Yeah. And plus, like I said, you have top talent from that spot.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Anyways, yeah, Paul came out wanting to know the secret.
Yeah, CM Punk came out or whatever, talking, giving Chicago their flowers, saying thank you so much for, being my ride or dies, whatever. So Paul Heyman came out. They had a little segment saying, please, I have one more favor to ask you. So, what is it? What is the favor? He said, I need to know. He goes, I don't know, yada, yada, yada. He said, all right, well, when Roman's not here, when Roman shows up, we're going to talk about this. Cool. Fast forward to main event. Roman comes out. He shows up to the arena, straight to the ring.
Yeah.
Music hit. You don't get no ones in the air. No, fast walk. And we ready?
Yeah, he wanted to know that favor.
What is it? Let's go. Waits for it. I knew it, bro. I knew Seth was going to come out. In my head, I kept on thinking, burn it. And then, boom. And I was like, all right, bro, here we go. And then Seth came out. And I love the fact that even the crowd, what's the favor? I'm thinking, yeah, bro, I don't care what you got to say, Seth. I really don't, bro. Like, come on. We here for one reason. What is the favor? Finally, CM Punk comes out. He has this moment with Paul and Roman. First off, bro, goddamn, he got in Roman's face. He got in Roman's face under my head. There's a part of me that thought to myself,
he got in Roman's face.
I thought, back the fuck up.
But what I loved is, because we've talked about it, how we said Roman's never going to be like a goody two-shoes face again.
Yeah.
And this promo felt like he was still heel Roman, kind of. Like when he was talking shit to Punk, like it still felt like he was being heel Roman. So that's what I liked, because it just insinuates again, like he's never going to be a good true
he can't
face. Yeah.
He can't, bro. At this point, he can't.
He's just too big.
He's too big, and that it works so well for him. But kind of find out, we kind of alluded to it. I felt like that Punk wants Heyman.
Yeah.
He wants
Heyman. You said it before, too.
He wants Heyman. He wants the wise man. He wants his best friend. And he said that.
They had that moment. As soon as he said that, then I was like, oh, yeah, this is right. I was like, he's going to ask for Paul.
He wants Paul, and he says, I want your wise man, my best friend, in my corner at WrestleMania, walking down that ramp. Everyone instantly went to Twitter and started posting the clip back when Punk was in WWE 10 years ago. And it was like when he shaved his beard. Yeah. He just had the chops and short hair. And Heyman told him, you go to WrestleMania, he goes, I will walk down that ramp with you. When you do this, I will, or when you win the championship, I will do this with you. And everyone's like, see, look, he promised it. It was a promise years ago. And even the story that Punk told, it was a promise that he made. So he's getting that favor. Hey, you said it. You a man of your word. Let's go, bro.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Roman started laughing. That's it.
He started belittling Paul.
That's him. That's what you, wise man. Let this man down.
He said, I saved him.
Easy.
Yeah.
Bro. And Paul, I love the fact though, when he was in Roman's face, you could see Paul, and Paul goes, he realized what it is. He goes, oh my gosh, bro.
But not only that, what I loved about Paul's reaction was when Roman was belittling him, kind of, Paul was looking at him like mad, like letting him tell, almost like, bro, I'm not listening to you.
He was crying at first. He was crying, and then Roman told him, are you crying?
Yeah.
And he's, and then he started belittling him. When Paul started wiping those tears, dude. I thought to myself, who the fuck you talking to, Roman? That's Paul Heyman.
He said he made him relevant.
Yeah,
relevant.
When he said that, no tears were done.
Yeah.
And I thought, holy shit, bro.
That's why
if we want to go tit for tat, we can have this conversation.
Yeah. And that's where yes, he said he made Paul relevant again. And that's when I was like, bro, you're being a heel in this situation right now.
You know what I also loved? Instantly the camera went to Seth after he told him, I want the wise man. First thing Seth
I told you.
I told you.
Yeah.
He goes, I told you. I love the camera instantly going. He's laughing about it. And I'm like,
you hear him laughing in the background.
Yeah, you hear him laughing. He goes, I told you. Yeah. He's trying to tell Roman, you let a snake in the garden, bro. Yeah. You let him.
Yeah.
And now look what he's doing.
It's And then you see Roman get mad at Paul because he's not telling him,
Yeah.
and then Punk ends up getting the one on Roman, and Roman sells that go
GTS,
to sleep,
bro,
so well.
It's
bro.
so beautiful.
He looks like he fucking got shot in the face.
Bro, it was beautiful.
Yes, it was beautiful. Well, Roman's always been good at selling.
Yeah, he really has.
So and he doesn't have to be, but he's still that big, and he still tries to put everybody over that way. That's what's good about Roman. So yeah, so Paul Heyman is gonna be in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania.
Crazy.
And what this told me is, I think Paul Heyman is gonna turn on not only Roman, also CM Punk, and I think he's gonna help Seth Rollins win.
Could you imagine?
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Could you imagine?
Because especially they had that scene where Paul Heyman thinks that Roman got here as Tribal Chief, and it's Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins is the one that pulls up, and I think he's gonna help Seth Rollins win.
Could you imagine, bro? That'd be insane.
Yeah. Can you imagine? That's Paul Heyman's resume right there.
Yeah.
He was with Brock, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and then you add him with Seth Rollins. And then you include all the other people he's been with. He's been Kurt Angle, Big Show. Bro, what a fucking resume that he has.
What a resume, but I guess it'll be another Punk situation because Punk never needed a mouthpiece, but it worked so well. Roman, he needed that help. You can tell. Brock, he needed that mouthpiece, definitely, because Brock don't talk.
Sure, yeah.
Seth don't need it. But, I mean,
you could argue Roman doesn't need it now. It's more
it doesn't need it now.
So he's like the wise man. He's like the game plan. He helps do that game plan.
Yeah.
So that's what's so good about Paul.
Yeah.
And that's why Punk wants him. He wants him in his corner so they can game plan to win. So Roman and Paul are done, though. That's safe to say?
Yeah.
They're done.
They're done.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that. Paul Heyman is no longer going to be with Roman Reigns.
No. I had this also on here talking about CM Punk. And because I told you about CM Punk's flowers. It says he was at the Rumble. He was at the Chamber. He's on TV every single week. Numerous live events across Europe. The gimmick matches left and right and center. Wrestling Gunther for the world title. He really doesn't have to go this hard at this stage of his career, but he is because of the love of the game.
No, CM Punk, he's doing great, dude. This is arguably his best run of his career.
He's doing fantastic right now.
He's doing great.
And then also on top of that, you sent me this, and I thought this is a perfect question. Or it's a perfect topic to bring up. Y'all can disagree with me if you want, but I think Roman and Seth have become now bigger than all the titles in WWE now. They've reached the status where they don't need titles around their shoulders to stay relevant. The title needs them.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we've been saying that for a long time.
We were
saying Roman didn't need the title.
No.
That's why we even said Roman and Rock don't need the title.
No, you don't need a title because that sells. That's marquee.
Roman's bigger than the title itself.
That's box office.
Yeah. Roman's bigger than the title itself, and Seth is also in that situation where he doesn't need a championship. He just doesn't. Punk, I mean, he is bigger than the title for sure because he hasn't had a title this whole time, and look at the reaction he gets. But I do think the title does help him still.
Yes.
Whereas it doesn't really help Roman and Seth. They could not win another title for the rest of their career, bro.
And they'd be set.
And they're set. It was like that with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels the whole time, bro. We grew up watching him. Barely had a title. He just won in the Elimination Chamber,
and he was still missing WrestleMania.
Yeah, and that was it. So that's the difference there. What I like is I saw this tweet yesterday, and it was this promo when Cody was telling Roman Reigns that what are you gonna do when all your this whole shit ends, everyone abandons you, and I don't know if you remember it. It's this one. That really is Roman, a man without his family. Everyone's gone now. To no try. Damn, Cody called it, bro. So now he's losing Paul, and yeah, they're pretty much. I think they're done. There's no coming back.
Yeah,
they're not.
I mean, I saw this other tweet where it talked about it's the betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. Every single person has betrayed Raymond.
Yeah.
Or
Roman.
Roman.
Yeah, they're done. Roman and well, and I don't really consider it a betrayal, but it's
Paul
more so
hasn't
just
betrayed him yet.
Yeah, but it's more so just I'm sure Roman will be expecting Paul to help him win, and then it won't be that. Or maybe it'll be a segment where we think he's going to help. It's going to be between Punk and Roman. We're going to have that face-off, and Paul's got to choose.
Yeah. Doesn't
choose either of them, help Seth win. That's a betrayal. But yeah, I think they're done. And the way Roman talked to him, he was belittling him and stuff. Yeah. And
because he's never talked to him about.
Yeah.
I think. Not I think. I did not send this to you because I saw this one this morning. But it's saying the end is near.
Oh, no, dude. Well, it probably just won't be Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
Roman.
So instantly I thought, so Tribal's done. He's just going to be a new gimmick of Roman, but not necessarily a new gimmick, but he's still going to be Roman, but like, whatever the new title is. But
if that's the case, though, I will say this whole second run after WrestleMania that we like hyped up so much didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion.
What do you mean?
Like with Solo going on his own, getting his own bloodline, Roman coming back. We have this huge build up to get the Ula Fala back, and then you think it's going to culminate with him versus The Rock as the final bloodline bat. None of that shit has happened, and I will think that shit is just underhyped for sure. Which, I mean, I think it's already kind of done anyway, but I had a little hope that him and The Rock would still fight for the title of Tribal Chief. Yeah. And I guess it's not going to happen. But yeah, dude, so that was great. It was a great way to do the favor, I thought. And I thought originally Punk was going to win. Now I'm starting to think that Seth Rollins is going to win. I think it would be cooler to see Punk win just because he gets that final main event. He gets, who knows how much longer he's going to do it. So it'd be cool to see that.
I have this like mindset of like, no disrespect, but it's I want Roman to win, or my mind's telling me it's Roman, my heart's telling me it's Punk, and Seth, if he wins, like, okay, whatever. But like I want either Roman or Punk to win.
I just think it would be cool to see Paul like go back to his root because he's always been a heel.
Yeah,
we've always seen him as a heel.
Yeah,
so like to see him do that to Punk and Rollins or Roman would be cool. But I told you though, the whole match, Roman and Seth are going to be beating the fuck out of CM Punk.
Yeah,
they're going to be teaming up.
What's funny, I saw this post this morning and it said, "It sucks that Brock got canceled." Could you imagine Brock, Punk, and Roman fighting for the heart?
Yeah. That would be
Paul.
Even though Paul's betrayed Brock so many times, he's betrayed Brock so many times, dude. But yes, that would be. Yeah, that would be.
He's never really betrayed Punk.
He did. He chose Brock over him back then.
Okay. My bad.
There's that scene where CM Punk's like, he words, "You son of a bitch," like because Paul helped Brock. But he's betrayed Brock a lot, especially way back in the day too. Yeah. So that would be cool. Anything else?
Save the rest for next week.
So WrestleMania's coming up.
Yeah, bro.
Prices. You want to talk about that real quick?
Oh, yeah.
That was easy. Yeah. The prices for this WrestleMania gone down, dude.
They're going down. I'll say this, bro. If it was drivable, I'd say yes.
I'll tell you this. I have enough credit card points to buy our flights, but the hotels in Las Vegas are probably
booked.
Yeah,
we have to go out of Vegas.
Yes, and I'm sure like they're so expensive right now, right? Because we're only 2 weeks. It's not like we're booking it like super far in advance. But I'm telling you, dude, I have enough credit card points. I could probably do it. But no, I'm not doing it.
Could you imagine if you had enough for 4?
I'm already not. I'm just too close. But they did go down, and rightfully so, dude. They were too expensive.
Yeah, they went down. I saw this post though, and it's not the same one that we sent each other, or I think you sent me about WrestleMania 19.
WrestleMania 19. It was $400 for floor seats.
$400 for ringside.
We would have been ringside every event, bro.
Yeah.
Every event.
100%. This is ticket prices for WrestleMania 31. It shows 10 years ago, bro. Let's see. Ringside, 2,000.
Still not that crazy.
It's not crazy at all. And if I can like try to like pinpoint where we sat for WrestleMania, night two because we were closer. Night 2, 254.
Oh yeah, I would have been in that bitch.
What do we? 450, bro. God damn.
For Royal Rumble, we
floor
paid,
seats. We would have had floor seats for this Mania.
Yeah, for Royal Rumble, we paid $400 a ticket, and we weren't far, but like we weren't.
I thought we had. Good
weren't
seats.
super close, and we were the section above floor level.
Mm-hmm. We're in the risers.
Yes.
So and that's where we sat for Mania.
So that's still really good.
Yeah.
But like, yes, think about it. That price that we paid for that, we could have been floor seats at WrestleMania 19, which is crazy to say. But I mean, we've said it multiple times. This is all fine and dandy. This is great to see wrestling be the biggest it's ever been. But this is what's gonna come with it. Is these prices? These price increases is what's gonna come with it, bro.
It sucks.
So many people love wrestling now, and they're willing to spend a lot of money. And so like, this is what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So the only way that they'll lower them is if people just stop buying them.
True.
So that's kind of what the UFC is going through right now.
Is it?
Their
really?
tickets are just so expensive. Yeah, people aren't buying the pay-per-views and stuff, and so that's the dilemma. So you're gonna have to start lowering them.
Could you imagine whenever WWE goes back to pay-per-view? That'd fucking suck.
No, that would suck. I don't think they will.
That'd fucking.
I don't think they ever will. I think they're gonna get enough money from other streaming things that they don't have to do pay-per-view because it's a bigger risk doing pay-per-view.
Yeah,
because you really got to sell the pay-per-view. Whereas here, you already have your money up front, and they're streaming your shit.
True.
So, but yeah, dude, hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully stuff starts going down, and then other PLEs that we can go to are cheaper.
Yes.
Because I do want to try to go to another one. Yeah.
Yeah, I want Emily and Teresa to go this next one, especially Teresa.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's it, bro.
Well, next week we'll have our go home, right? It'll be the episode before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then
we'll talk about the card again.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about WrestleMania as it happens.
Do predictions? Yeah, we'll have to do predictions.
Yeah, the card should be the only one that's technically not legit official yet is what do we do with Randy?
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the card is pretty much
tag teams. The tag teams.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think they're going to have a big tag team match.
The women's tag team.
And the men's, too. Yeah. I think they're going to have the Street Profits have like a multi-man tag team match at WrestleMania.
I wonder if Chelsea fights.
Oh, yeah. Then you have
Chelsea. And Lyra? Or not Lyra?
Well, they have Lyra with Bayley, and they're going to have
that's right.
Like a multi-women tag match to decide who fights Liv. Yeah. And well, that sucks, too, because I thought they were going to do Alexa Bliss.
Yes, bro.
And Liv, but they're not.
That's money.
They're not doing that, dude.
We haven't seen Alexa, bro.
I listened to Raquel's interview with Chris Van Vliet. It was actually pretty good, dude.
Really?
She actually has, she has got a good personality. It's just you don't really see her talk much in WWE, so you don't really know.
So talking about that, it's like I think a week or two old. I went to go listen to the No Wrestling Contest or whatever podcast with O'Shea.
Oh yeah.
I listened to Jada Parker's and Liv's. God, they're so good, bro. I went ahead and emailed Liv's team. I said we would love to have.
I thought it was cringy when they said, "Hey, Miss." I thought that was kind of cringy.
Oh, they said it during the episode, whatever, and I started laughing. She started laughing, and he was like, and O'Shea goes, "I'm sure you get that a lot, but you know what? I'm allowed to say because my dad created Friday." And I was like, "Hey,
that
bro,
is true.
If anyone's allowed to say it,
that is
you
true.
allowed to say.
He does have more valid reason to say that than we do. So
no, bro, she is savage though. She's talked about Jada Parker. She talked about growing up with her brother, and he didn't give a damn that she was a little sister. He said wrestling moves were on her. Yeah. He said, but she attributes her toughness to that in soccer. So coming in, like a lot of the shit, like it was easy.
Yeah, that's like that. Well, yeah, that's how it is for a lot of them. I feel because they're just all athletes now.
All athletes.
Anything else?
That's it, bro.
Cool. We'll be back next week. Later.
All right, later.